Hi, cousins, and welcome to the Sunday Reset Podcast. I'm your host, Alicia J., and I'm so glad that you came to spend a few minutes of time to be with me here today. I see you're growing and you're glowing, and I love this look on you, but I think it's time that you learn how to recharge your social battery. It's very difficult for you to be the person that you want to be when you always have a drained social battery. So, in this episode, we're going to learn step by step how to replenish your social battery, what a social battery is, and what kind of things drains your social battery. But before we get good and into the episode, our weekly scripture is coming from Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 and 29. And it says, "Then Jesus said, 'Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls.'" So, this weekly scripture is something that indirectly relates to your social battery, and one of the tips that I wanted to share with you all, which is learning how to take a break. And before we go ahead and talk about the step-by-step process on how to recharge your social battery, let's talk about what a social battery is for those who may not know or may not be familiar with the term. A social battery is a metaphor for the amount of time and energy someone is able to put into socializing until they feel mentally and sometimes physically drained. And it's important to know what a social battery is, but it's even more important to know what causes the drainage. So there's a few things that can cause your social battery to drain. More often than not, believe it or not, it's probably because you're a little bit introverted. I am a introvert that presents herself as an extrovert. So what that means is I would honestly prefer to be in my room, in the house, watching TV by myself or doing projects by myself, reading books, just isolation, solitary, creativity, that kind of thing. But when I'm outside, when I'm with friends or people that I don't even know, I tend to be like the life of the party. And that is the most draining thing ever. But it's because I'm really an introvert. So, you can find yourself, if you're an introvert, having a low social battery. But I have a few tips that you can use to recharge that a little bit more frequently. So another reason, or another few reasons why you may have your social battery be low, is if you're around people you don't know well, or the social interactions are negative or of low quality. Also, if you're in a busy social environment, you may find that your social battery may not last as long. You're wanting to leave that environment a lot sooner than if you were with people that you knew and doing activities that you liked. And there's another thing that can cause your social battery to drain, and that's dealing with mental health struggles like stress, anxiety, or depression. When you have those things that you're juggling along with trying to be sociable with other people, it's kind of hard to pick a balance in between the two. And you can find your social battery draining as well. And it's about that time in the episode for me to ask for you to like, comment, and subscribe on my YouTube channel. And if you're listening in on Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts, to go ahead and leave the rating of your choice. It really does help the show get out to more people like you who are interested in hearing about what I have to say. But back to the episode. So I talked to you about what a social battery is and what causes your social battery to drain. And now I'm going to tell you about how you can recognize your social battery is a little bit low. And then I'll talk to you about how you can recharge your social battery. So there's about 3 or 4 things that can kind of signal you that your social battery is low. Number 1 is you don't have the energy to engage with others. So from meetings, hangouts, small get-togethers, if your friends text you and be like, hey, come out at 10 p.m. tonight for such and such party, and you're dreading it, or you're even waiting for that, hey guys, by the way, I double booked. I need a rain check. Can we cancel our plans? Can we reschedule them for later? When you're waiting for someone else to cancel the plans that you unwillingly agreed to, your social battery is low. Your social battery is also low when you're already outside. Let's say you're already hanging out with people, but then all of a sudden you're like, I need to find a space to be by myself. Like, it's too much going on. At that point, you're basically overstimulated, and all you can think about is going home and getting a break from your social environment. That signals to me that your social battery is also low. Another thing that can signal that your social battery is low is that you're experiencing physical symptoms like headaches or fatigue or crankiness, anxiety even. When you have those kinds of symptoms presenting itself and the physical is manifesting physically, it signals that you really have a low social battery and is starting to turn into burnout, which you want to avoid 1,000%. So I guess it's time for me to say how you can recharge your social battery so that you are benefiting the most out of the social interactions that you have with other people. And this is the part of the episode where I give you the step-by-steps on how to recharge your social battery. It's not a lot of them, but these steps will help you to replenish your energy for social interactions one by one. The biggest one of them all is to learn how to take a break. The scripture that I read earlier really emphasizes the importance of needing that rest, your soul needing rest, your body needing rest. If you are attending a draining event, take the breaks that you need. If you're on a group project and it's stressing you out, volunteer to work on your project by yourself. Take a walk outside. Do something to get your mind away from the stress of a social interaction. Another few things that can help you is to learn how to set clear boundaries for yourself, especially when your social battery is low. If your friends invite you out to a party the night of the actual event and you know that you don't have the energy to expend on that, it's okay for you to be like, no, thank you, Charlie. I'm not in the mood for that, but I really do hope that you have fun. You don't have to come up with any kind of crazy excuses or anything like that. You can just say no. And if they're your real friends, they should understand. Also, planning your events ahead of time is another great way to be in charge of your social battery, because you can identify when you'll need to put more energy towards certain obligations over others, so you could prioritize that. Another tip I want to give is to prioritize your self-care and relaxation in your daily life. Do things that actually take care of your physical health and well-being, like getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, drinking water, eating a good diet. Also do things that allow you to chill and simply be to yourself, because that is really what gives you the most energy when you're an introvert or you experience those periods of low social batteries. And then lastly but not least, spend your time and your social energy on important events. So you don't have to do, 10 different things to kind of keep up with other people, like going out to the bar every night because that's what your work colleagues want to do. You can go to the work meetings, that's important, but as far as going outside, you don't have to if you don't want to. But just kind of keep those tips in mind. Rewind it if you need to. It's the end of the episode. Remember that I love this look on you. You're growing and you're glowing always. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you again next Sunday, cousins. Bye.